Lids, it's finished. Prescot Cables 1, Whitby Town 0. A real tough one to take out there this afternoon.
Yeah, to be fair, I thought we started well. It was always going to be a type of game today with the conditions and the state of the pitch more than anything, which we knew about. It was always going to be a game of a bit of the fundamentals today, and I just felt that they wanted it a little bit more in terms of clearances and getting the heads in there. We obviously started okay and hit the post a couple of times, but I felt we sort of came away from how we got into those situations a little bit, especially towards that end of the first half when they obviously got the penalty and went ahead. And we just felt like the only way they were going to trouble us today with how they play was going to be offset players, and ultimately it took a penalty. Whether it was in the box or outside the box, I don't know. It gave the referee a decision to make in the end, and they got the penalty. In second half, we obviously went a little bit more direct. We had nothing to lose in a sense, and the same goes again. They got the head in there where it mattered, and ball just wouldn't quite drop for us in there. But no, we come away. We've obviously had a tough week, physically especially. 4 points. I know there's been a lot of draws today, so no, we're still in there, and plenty to look on the positive side. But obviously, really disappointed to come away with a loss today.
Yeah, and it's one of those matches that you kind of think from the outside, people may look and think, oh, it's just a cagey sort of 6 points. I know that's a term that's often branded around, and you sort of try and get drawn out of it. But it wasn't, especially that first half. Both sides, Whitby hitting the woodwork twice, Prescot getting one against the bar as well. It was a real open sort of first half, and Whitby in particular, the first 20 minutes or so, had a couple of great chances to go one ahead. Yeah,
but if I'm honest and I look at it, it's probably the only real chances that that their keepers had to work for, and I include the second half in that. I know there's been a lot of box action in terms of their box, and we threw a lot of balls in there, but there hasn't really much come from that. So disappointing on the goal scoring opportunity side, but yeah, it was going to be like that anyway. The game was always going to be a cagey affair, and both teams were always going to have chances, and it proved that way.
Yeah, and just looking at the first half as well, one real positive, and it seemed that he settled in quite well. Joe Ongier is making his first start, just joined the club from Hartlepool on Joe Reg yesterday, and it seemed that he was really up for it in that first half, and sort of trying to cause Prescot problems defensively.
Yeah, Joe, he done well, considering his age, and it's his first taste of men's football, if you like. He wasn't going to start, if I'm honest. Woodsy's come in and he's tried a fitness test before the game on his ankle, on his foot, which didn't quite go to plan, but Joe was ready to come in, and he was quite happy to do so on that right hand side for us, and caused problems. I felt he obviously hit one of the lads who hit the post for us, and no, he worked hard. Tired a little bit in the second half, obviously, which is why we made the change. But no, he can be proud of himself today, Joe.
Yeah, and in the second half, obviously the penalty call right at the stroke of half time was a real kick in the teeth, of really bad time to conceive. I'm sure the decision itself, you'll have no complaints on it.
No, it looked a foul. I think the referee was a bit undecided at first whether it was going to be a free kick or a penalty. I think he was a bit indecisive on that, but I think ultimately it was the right decision. It looked a foul, and it looked teetering right on the edge, which ultimately means it's a penalty. So no, you look at things where that came from, and there's a lot of things that we could have done better in the build up to that penalty. And yeah, that's where we are at the moment. You see things like that, and with where we are in the league, those things tend not to go for you, and that proved it.
Yeah, and then as the second half unpanned, you brought a few more attacking changes on. Firstly, it was Mitch Curry, another player you brought in this week, and you could see obviously not everything worked for him, but you could see the threat that he potentially could have in behind that.
Yeah, he's a good player, Mitch, and I'm not making excuses, but the pitch doesn't help him. It doesn't help any of the players, or it doesn't help the way that we like to play football. So another one who pleased to get Mitch in. He's come on today. I would have probably played him a little bit longer than I would have liked today, but needs must, if you like. And when you're chasing a goal like we were, I wanted to get him on as quick as possible. And he worked hard. He caused a few problems up there, and he'll be a good signing for us going forward.
And another attacking change, a somewhat more unexpected one, with your assistant Jason Kennedy having to come on there. But you could see, definitely in the walls, they're obviously getting that nasty head injury straight away. But in terms of what you gave that second half, it did feel that you gave everything that you could have done. It just sort of wouldn't quite fall on the edge of the box in particular.
Yeah, exactly that. We everything that we did lump in there tend to fall to a Prescot head or a Prescot clearance. So no, like I said, Jay's come on, and he's obviously an experienced guy, and I just asked him to be a bit of a nuisance up there and put himself about. And the type of game it was, he was perfect to be up there alongside Matty and. Late and playing off them as well. So and Mitch obviously. So no, it was like I said, we were just chasing the goal in the end, and it didn't quite come for us.
Yeah, and in terms of the injuries, obviously we already mentioned Michael Woods, who was set to start, then had to withdraw late on in that one. Also lost Frankie in the midweek as well. Do you hope to have any of those back available to you in the near future?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I hope so. Frankie, I was told to probably leave Frankie out this weekend, and he's got a bit of a back or a sciatica issue. That's what we're hoping it is anyway, and it's just you go day by day with those and see how it settles down. Woodsy's just a total coincidental one. He took a knock on it at his foot at Leek, and played the following game obviously in midweek against Hebburn, and then took a nasty whack on right on the same spot. So it flared up and it bruised up his foot's black and blue, and anyone else would have ruled himself out straight away. But Woodsy, being the type of character he is, he wanted to travel today and give it the best shot he could, and it didn't quite feel right for him. So better safe than sorry. I'd rather he miss one game than the next 4 or 5, and that's the decision we made on Woodsy, and hopefully he'll be all right for next weekend.
Yeah, and then just looking ahead to next weekend, in terms of today's results, not too much damage done in and around us in terms of those, a lot of draws, a couple of defeats in there, but next week it's a tale really of two sides. Whitby at the bottom end of the table, Worksop fighting for a playoff spot. How do you view that? Because in reverse fixture, at times Whitby sort of matched them, but you could clearly see the extra quality that Worksop had available to them.
Yeah, a really good team. Obviously at the top end, fighting at the top end in the playoffs in terms of where they are, and they'll come here full of confidence. I'm not sure quite how they've got on today, but it doesn't matter. It's a tough game. We, going off the result down there, it was a real tough afternoon for us. I think we lost 3-0 on the day, and they have a real way of playing as well with some physical lads as well. So we've made a point there that next week, it doesn't get any easier with what we've dealt with today. If you're looking at the Worksop side, they are the masters of that, and we certainly need to stand up and be counted against those guys. And on the flip side, we'll hopefully be able to play our style and have some goals on the day, and ultimately hopefully have a win under our belts. Thank you.